All right, Omi, I guess we can go and get started. Good
All
morning.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is the agenda review for Thursday, December 1st at 1 p.m. And our first item is the approval of minutes, followed by the fifth contract amendment to extend the agreement for solid waste collection with GFL Solid Waste Southeast. Then we have the self-contained breathing apparatus purchase approval. City of Gainesville RTS Public Transportation Agency Safety Plan. That's the certification and adoption. This item is still in draft, it's flowing through the approval process, but it's the request for proposal award recommendation for Community Safety Awareness Center Phase 2. Rozier voluntary annexation petitions for property on Southwest 47th Way. Purchase of workday training credits. Florida Blue Administrative Service Amendment for specific stop loss renewal. Javon Gums versus City of Gainesville pre-suit litigation settlement agreement. The proposed amendment to withdraw the existing pump station rebate. Resignation of Jackie Davis from SHIP. And then some appointments to various city commission advisory boards. Home ARP allocation plan. The RFQ award recommendation for One Nation, One Project artistic director. We have the approval of 2023 joint city county meetings. And then these are typically, these next two, well, this item is typically something that would be heard at GPC, but it was a request that it be moved to this regular meeting, which is a report back on immigrant support services. Then there's the Gainesville Downtown Strategic Plan organization update. And then this is the same as the prior immigrant support. This is the companion, well, not companion, but economic development strategies and other research report being presented. Open container discussion and direction. City Commission approval to execute a professional service agreement for community engagement consulting services. This is also in draft, I believe, pending some receipt of evaluations, charter officers, annual performance evaluations and pay increases. The downtown strategic plan, potential capital projects. And then some resolutions. First one being accepting the report of Alachua County Board of Canvassers for the runoff election. The request to adopt a resolution declaring a portion of city-owned property as surplus. Resolution for 49 U.S. Code Chapter 53, Section 5310 grant applications for RTS. Community rating system program for public information. And then into the evening of proclamation for World AIDS Day. And right now the draft second budget amendment for the fiscal year 2023 general government financial and operating plan budget.
Okay. I'd like to take off the discussion of the alcohol ordinance. We're going to be 2 commissioners down at that meeting, and any change to the ordinance would really be up to the new commission, since it would need a first and second reading. So I don't see a value in discussing that. 2 commissioners down with new commissioners coming on that would ultimately make a decision. So I just pull it completely. I think everything else looked okay. I mean, it's a busy afternoon. Some might bleed into the evening. That's okay. We obviously have the space, so I'm okay with that. So that's all I've got.
You have 2 hands up, Mayor, from Mr. Lee Libby and Commissioner Hayes Santos.
I'll defer to Commissioner Santos to go first.
Mayor?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can we move G7 next to G2? I think they're related. They both have to do with downtown strategic plan. I think it'd be best to have them both together or next to each other.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and move G7 up, Omi, to, I guess it would be G3 now.
And then two other things. One of them, the second reading of the PUD, having that on this agenda for the 12th Street and 2nd Avenue project, if we do hear it on the 29th. If we don't, then it would get pushed. But if we do hear it on the 29th.
No, because we're 2 commissioners down. I'm not going to put anything that requires 4 votes when we only have 5 commissioners.
There might be enough commissioners to pass it. I don't know.
No, that's not fair to the applicant, and that's not fair to the projects. If we're not going to have 7 commissioners there, and I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen on the 29th. Right now, the recommendation, I think, is to move those into January. So
the first another one was just wanted to confirm the first reading of the commission salary item. That might be what Mr. Libby's.
Yes, I was going to comment on that. I spoke with Dan and Catherine and Alice this morning about this, and it has not been advertised yet, but they're going to try to get it advertised Monday afternoon, hoping to get it on for the 1st. But with the short timing of getting everything together on it, Dan said we may not be able to make it, but they're going to go ahead and try to push it so it will be on for the 1st. And I think Alice is going to be doing an amendment or adding it on to the, going ahead and putting a placeholder on the agenda for the 1st in anticipation of having it ready for first reading then.
okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. Then did we, we're already good. I'm sorry, we did the GPC. That's,
It's canceled.
oh, it is?
Yes, we don't have a quorum for GPC on December
Oh.
8th.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't aware. Okay. That simplifies things then. Anybody else have anything?
Are we going to go over the 29th, or did that happen already? I'm sorry.
We didn't. We normally don't, but
No, yeah. It's just the items that were continued from that meeting. So there's no agenda review for that. We've already approved that agenda.
All right, so for the Weyerhaeuser item and the CA Venture item, but Weyerhaeuser in particular, are we going to move that for the 19th or have a recommendation that puts that on for the 19th, or are we going to hear it on the 29th? I'm just trying to get some clarification around that one.
Well, it's continued to the 29th. If we don't have 7 commissioners, I think the respectful thing to do for the projects is to push them to the January meeting so they have time to work with the new commissioners on that, and bring them up to date, up to speed on those projects. My understanding is that we're not going to have 7 commissioners at that point. I have not heard differently. Andrew?
I think, Mr. Mayor, the question is, should we change the recommendation for those to adopt for rather than to continue to the 19th in the event that we do have 7? If in the event we don't, then we would continue it.
I mean, Andrew, what I would do is keep the recommendations that were on the agenda that we continued from our last meeting. And then there can be an alternative recommendation in the event that we don't have a full complement of commissioners per request by the applicant.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. And I think everything else is okay on that agenda.
Okay.
Okay, well, I get a little weepy. I'm thankful for all of you. So please enjoy your time with your family, and we'll see you back next week.